One of the main goals that all human beings have is that we want to change the way we feel. Some people do it by smoking, some people get they drank on, some people eat, some people shop. But a lot of times these aren't the best ways to deal with our emotions. So how can we master our emotions and take advantage of them instead of having them control us? It's exactly what we're going to dive into in this episode of Pique Your Mind. Let's get it! What up everybody, it's Martin Sosa. Welcome to the very first edition of Pique Your Mind. You know, a lot of people think that we can't control our emotions. They think that emotions are just kind of something that happens to us and there's nothing we can do about it. But what studies are starting to show is that it's more of a two-way street. That there are ways that we can influence and change the way we feel. I'm going to hook you up with 3 of those today. Alright, so the first way we can change the way we feel is through our focus. What we focus on, we feel. What we focus on expands. So odds are if you're feeling frustrated or sad or depressed, you're focusing on the problem instead of the solution. Or you're focusing on what sucks about a situation instead of the good in it. And it could be a shitty situation, but by shifting your focus, you can start to change the way you feel, you can start to feel good, and that's going to empower you to move past it. The second main way we can influence how we feel is through our language. How are we describing and interpreting our experience? According to psychologist Philip Zimbardo, he found that in our biochemistry, the way our bodies react to emotion in the emotional states of fear, anger, excitement, and joy are almost identical, and the only real difference between them is the label that we place on them. So how we describe our experience actually becomes our experience, and just by changing the label, you can change the way you feel. The third and maybe the most powerful way we can influence the way we feel is through our physiology. How we move our bodies has a huge impact on how we feel. There's a study done where they were testing something known as the facial feedback hypothesis, and what they wanted to know is how does our facial expression influence the way we feel. And they found that just by smiling, it releases dopamine in your brain. Same thing that coffee does, same thing that cocaine does, but all you have to do is smile. And it's not just limited to your facial expression, it's also your posture, how you move, how you breathe, the way you speak, the way you hold yourself. All these things make a huge difference in the way you feel. So those are 3 ways you can start using right now to master your emotions and change the way you feel. So the next time some douche cuts you off on the freeway, or if you're just having a rough day, instead of being in reaction, you can start to shift your focus, or you can use empowering language, or you can put a big fat grin on your face and start to feel good regardless of the events around you. So that's today's episode. If you like it, like it. If you know someone else who would like it, share it with them. And hit us up on our blog. Let me know 2 things. First, let me know how are you going to apply this in your own life. And if you have any other tips on how to master your emotions, share those with me because I'd love to hear them. Alright y'all, peace!